Dígame. I'm going to have to sit down. Espérate. No, there's a way that we can set this up in a way that will make sense. Hold on. Michelle, you just have to use a little innovation, a little creation, a little creation. You hear me? A little creativity is what you're supposed to say. Espérate. Here we are. There, you see that? But now y'all see all this mess. So we're not going to talk about that. Oh my God, y'all see all the mess. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Before we start, please, if you have not already seen, I know the YouTube sometimes messes up with the notifications. If you aren't, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted every single time I post and upload a new video. It really helps me out. Your girl's trying to make the dream come true. I'm trying to increase my channel, make it to 100,000 followers. So it doesn't cost you anything. Give a girl a thumbs up, like and subscribe so you can be a part of the House of Realness fam. So now back to what we were here for. The title of the video, how to repurpose a old frontal and make it brand new and reuse it for a new wig installation. That's what, at least that's what I'm doing. I'm taking 2 old wigs that I have and I'm going to create a whole new wig. Well, I could still make 2 wigs, but I'm going to create a whole new wig reusing an old frontal. So I'm going to show you and give you a list of the things that you might need. You need a spandex dome weaving cap or wig cap. I have a big head, so mine's is an extra large. You can get this from any local beauty supply. There's one here in LA. It's called C&J Beauty, $2.99. Boom. You're going to need a rat tail comb. You're going to need an old wig. I have 2 old wigs. This is one old wig. And this is the second old wig, right? So this was the wig. I already cut off the frontal from the wig. If you guys are interested, I made these wigs. These wigs were completely hand sewn by me. This frontal used to be attached to the wig and I cut it off, obviously. So I cut off the frontal. So this is what the frontal looks like. This was a 13 by 6, 13 meaning 6-inch parting, 13 across. And this is what the frontal looks like. I cut off the little elastic band because I use the elastic band method. If you guys aren't familiar with the elastic band method, I will let you know everything. I made this a live chat so that if you guys have any questions about wigs, feel free to ask me. I will answer them to the best of my ability. So now that we got that done, this is the frontal. I'm explaining you the diameter and what a frontal exactly is. It's from ear to ear. It basically means that, boom, you see? Ear to ear. I've already customized, plucked, bleached, and did everything to this frontal. So this frontal is like ready to go. As you can tell, I place it here and it looks like scalp. I mean, it looks like scalp. So we're good. She's good. But as you can tell, she's a little ratty. She's been sitting in the back of the truck, got water damage. So we are going to repurpose this frontal. I've already cut it off the wig. And this is what a wig that's been constructed by me looks like. This is the long wig that I had back in the camper. Remember that long wig? I still love her, but for the project that I have coming up, I need something completely new. We have Diamond. Diamond is put away, but it's time to bring out something a little more fiery, a little more spicy, a little more tramposa, a little more like daring. So we are going to repurpose these wigs. When I spoke about the elastic band method, the elastic band method is basically you sew in an elastic band on each part of the side of the frontal and it lays the frontal down with no needing to glue it. So what I'll be using is, I'll be using the hair from this wig because it's longer and this one's shorter. And what I'll be doing with this hair in a future video is making a bob out of this hair. So if you guys are interested on this whole like repurposing old wigs and remaking wigs out of old wigs. If you want me to make this into a series, please let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to start taking my old wigs and creating new wigs and switching them up, I will gladly do it. I do name my wigs. So this wig right here, this wig was Electra Abundance. This wig was oh my God, what's her name? This wig was Young Miami. This was Young Miami. That was Carmen. That was not Carmen Electra. That was Electra Abundance. And now we're gonna create a whole new wig. So just to introduce you to my canvas wig block, I got this canvas wig block off of Amazon. I don't know if the seller particularly has this still, but if he does or the seller does, I'll put the link down below after this video so you can come back and search for that. If they have it, if they don't, I apologize because this is a custom wig block, okay? This is a custom wig block. So what I did was I measured my head, the circumference of my head. Take a tape measure. You measure it around your head from the bottom of the nape of your neck, all around. And that measurement is the circumference of your head. You go on Amazon, you look up wig blocks with that exact circumference, and you go ahead and order yours. This makes a world of a difference because no matter what wig I make, the wig will always be my right size because this is how big my head is. And kind of looking at it, I'm like, damn, she got a big dome. I know I got a big head. It's okay. We're living and we're moving on. So I've already cut the frontal off camera. The frontal's gone. The frontal's out. Now, the reason why I'm repurposing this as well is because, as you can tell, this is what a lot of YouTubers don't show. A lot of YouTubers that do wig reviews, make wigs, that review hair, especially from AliExpress, because if you're curious, the hair on both of these wigs are from AliExpress. Hashtag not sponsored, but I will put the links down below of the wig companies that I used. I used Ali Pearl and I used Berry's Lace Frontals, Berry''S on AliExpress. Again, I'm not sponsored by these companies. This is money. This is hair that I bought from my own money years ago, and your girl ain't got the coin to buy a new wig, so we are going to make a new wig with what we have because I don't like to hear excuses. There's no such things as excuses. So now that we got that off, we got our wig head, our canvas, we got our spandex dome cap, placed her on the wig. Now, what else we need is a rat tail comb. I bought this one because I needed one to go with the flat iron because I will be making this wig bone straight. Like I want her middle part dead bone straight because what I have envisioned needs a bone straight wig. So that being said, let's go ahead and take this out because what we'll be doing is cutting our frontal. Now, I will not be making this wig on camera. That would be literally a 5-hour long video. I chose to do this video live because I wanted to answer all of your questions about wigs. I wanted it to be a bit more interactive. Like I said, if you're interested in a wig making process, I can do that in a future video. If you don't want to wait for that, you can go ahead and just, put it in YouTube, how to make a wig. There's thousands of other videos on how to make a wig. Today, I'm just going over how to repurpose an old frontal, what to do with it, how to make it look brand new. So that's what we're doing here. So basically, what I'm going to do is this little part that's frayed because of the age of the wig and how old it's been and just the tugging and all of that. A lot of YouTubers that do reviews on wigs and hair, they don't show you the truth. They don't show you what the hair looks like after a while because they're getting so much hair. They get so much hair sent to them. And how much were the wigs originally? How much were the wigs? Let me finish this statement and I'll get back to that. They get hair sent to them all the time, so they switch out wigs. This wig in particular that I took the frontal from, this wig is about 5 years old. So this hair is 5 years old. And it's been well loved, well used, well abused, as you can tell. But we're not going to lose our money there. Some people, they would just throw this frontal out and be like, apwe, I ain't got money like that, so we are going to repurpose this baby. So you see this kind of like enforced edge? We basically want to keep that. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut from here to here, and we're going to create our own closure. Sorry, guys. I forgot to put on the do not disturb, but I'm going to cut right where this starts, okay? Right from where this starts, okay? I'm cutting from here straight down. So you're going to go ahead, take the hair. I could put this on the mannequin head right here. Matter of fact, let me take this off so that you can get a better look of what it looks like. I'm going to part the hair where that reinforced beveled edge starts. And once I make the parting, I'm just going to go ahead and snip, snip, snip. Now, we want to leave as much as the frontal as we possibly can save. We don't want to cut too much. We don't want to get scissor happy. We don't want to go to the salon and say, oh, I just want you to cut my tips and then come out with a bob. Because I know I'm not the only one. Let me tell you something. Living in New York, going to the Dominican hair salons, forget about it. They do a good blowout. But the minute you tell them you want your tips cut, forget about it. They take your hair from here and they leave you here. And you're like, I just said the puntas. I just said cut the tips. How did you cut off like 6 inches of my hair? And they're like, oh, it was damaged. It was fried. And I'm like, but that was for me to make that decision. Who gave you, President, to just make that decision for me and just cut it? But we're not talking about that. Now that we have that parted just like that with the scissors, we are going to cut. But cut away. Boom. See that? Now we cut that. This is gone. Now we got a clean, straight edge for this closure that we're now creating. So now on the other side, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to cut off the little frayed part. This is probably going to take me a good 5 hours because I'm going to have to deconstruct the old wigs and make them into a new wig. I don't have any fresh hair, so this wig will take me a little longer than it normally takes for me to do a wig. If I was to do a wig with brand new hair, start to finish, full customization, a wig like that might possibly take me 5 hours. If they want it fully customized mean the frontal bleached. If you don't know what that means, frontals have like these little grids. You see how the frontal has a grid right here? This is where they tie the hair to. So if you don't bleach the knots, like I didn't bleach it on the sides, you see all those little dots right there? You don't want it to look like that. So when you customize it and you bleach it, it goes from those little dots to scalp. You see the difference? So this is scalp. This is a frontal with no customization. Hold on. This is what it looks like with no customization. It looks like that. You see the difference? It's a slight difference, but it's a major difference, I would say. So let's go ahead and part this off. And let's go ahead and cut it. Boom. That easy. And now you have your new frontal right here. So, boom, boom, boom. You sew the hair, and there you go. Oh no, I messed this up. I cut too much on that side, but all is not lost. Oh, oh no. It's okay. It's okay. It needed to get cut. We got this. We got this. I'm just going to have to slide over the part, which is so super annoying because it's too much hair on one side than the other. Maybe I shouldn't have done this live, but I did it live anyway, so we're going to roll with the punches. As you can tell, I don't have one of those standing wig stands. I have one of these that are super, super annoying. So if you got the extra coinage to get the little tripod standing wig stand, go ahead and dish out that money because it will save you a long hassle of dealing with this because this gets annoying after a while. And it's always... And I'm not really strong enough to really tighten it, como apretar, like real tight, like my coochie. Ahí está, quédate sucia, quédate ahí. Maldita. Okay, so now let's put the wig cap back on. And when you're putting the wig cap on, you want it to lay there. And you want the wig to lay right there. Not too high and not too low. Because that's going to be your new hairline. So, now that we got the frontal, we already cut her. And we made her into a closure. We are going to align the frontal or the closure right here. We're going to align it right above. Right above. Let's look at this. Right above. So this is the line right here. We're going to do it right there. Right there. We're not going to go completely down, but we're going to go right there. Right? Now that we got that right there, I'm just going to rearrange the parting so that it's equal amount of hair on each side because as you can tell, you see how the frontal is cut in a diagonal on this side? It doesn't really matter. We got this. Honestly, I could straighten it out a little bit. You know what? Let me straighten that out a little bit. I could straighten that out a little bit. It'll make it a little neater and a little less confusing. Boom. Straightened it out a little bit more. Now we Gucci. So now we're going to create our new part. Slide that part right over. And if we have to customize the part, that's perfectly fine. I'm prepared to do so. I'm not really stressed about it. We're just creating our new center part. Just slide everything over. Now, you don't have to part the hair. It really doesn't matter. But for me, I like to have a clear, defined line before I start because it just makes the whole process a little easier for me. So now that I've slid the part over, I've slid it over and we're good. So we're going to take it and again, place it in the middle. Lift up our wig in the back. Take all the hair out of the way. And I, unfortunately, only have one T-pin. But I'm going to ask right now if maybe she has a couple. And let's see. Malaysia, yeah? Do you have like 4 T-pins I could borrow? 4? Or 2? Thank you. I'm like that girl who go to people's house and ask for sugar. Has anybody ever come to your house and asked for a cup of sugar? I mean, everybody always makes that joke, but I've never seen anybody come to my house and ask for sugar. What's the most random thing somebody has come to your house and knocked on your door and asked for? The most random thing somebody ever asked me for when they knocked on my door was to borrow my microwave. Believe it or not, somebody knocked on my door and they were like, "Can I borrow your microwave?" I was like, "What? How do you borrow a microwave?" Like, I was like, "You can heat up your food here if that's what you're asking." No, like, "Can I borrow it?" I was like, who borrows a microwave? Like, who does that? Never seen that before, but that is the most random thing somebody has ever asked to borrow. So now that I've pinned the closure down, it's on to the next step. Oh, look, I have one more T-pin. This is perfect. Now that we got that there, I'm going to show y'all what you need. You need weaving needles, right? Weaving needles. This is what a weaving needle looks like. It's a long curved needle. Now, they're cheap, so I went ahead and I bought 3 of them. They literally were like 75 cents each. And to make your life easier, I advise that you get more than 1 too. Because I'm going to show you a little hack, a little tip, a little trick. If you're attempting to make a wig, it will make your life 10 times easier. This is the weaving thread, as you can see. It will make your life 10 times easier if you just go ahead and start threading all 3 of them so that you don't have to stop whenever you run out of thread on one. Because that's what takes up the bulk of the time is threading your thread, and actually sewing the wigs is what takes up the bulk of your time when it comes to wig making. And this is why people charge the money that they charge for wigs, because it is labor intensive. So make them long, but not too long, because if you make them long, they start to tangle, and you don't want them to tangle, because once it tangles, you'll have to snap a thread and then you'll have to start all over. So I make mines about, hold on. About this long. This long. So like arm's length, a little less than arm's length. And then I'm just going to tie off the ends. And then just stick it back in my wig head. And then just string the others. Does anybody have any questions? Let me go ahead and read questions while let's go ahead and read questions. Anybody has questions about wigs? Why can't I see our comments? Y'all talking about, y'all still talking about people borrowing things from your house, right? Is there any wig questions? Oh, nice afro. I did a protein treatment in my hair. My hair was so dry. California has been drying out my hair so bad. So bad. Average price of a wig, it really depends. It really depends. Are you bringing your own hair for the person to make a wig? That brings down the cost of it. If the person has to supply their hair, they're not only going to charge you for the hair, they're going to charge you for the wig as well. So that increases the price. Also, Do you want customization of a wig? You know? Do you want customization? Do you want the parting plucked? Do you want it bleached? Do you want it tweezed? You know? Some people could charge as low as $150 up to $1,000. Really all depends. Now that I got all of these threaded, boom, boom, boom. Now that all my threads are threaded, this is so much work. I wish I could do it. It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. That's why I name my wigs, because I'm like, I put so much work into them. They might as well have a name. They're like one of my children at this point. So now that we got the wig, as you can tell, I brushed all the hair back. We have the T-pins in. And this, out of the whole process, laying down your closure and your frontal is the most important step. Do you hear me? Laying this down and making sure that this is super, super, super flat is the most crucial point about this whole wig step, like wig situation. Now that we got that, I'm going to remove the first T-pin because I had it all the way in the edge. And I'm going to pull this taut, like pull it taut, like completely flat, like that. Then I'm going to take the weave needle at an angle, go into the wig cap itself, then go to the very edge. Okay, let's bring this a little closer so y'all can see this. So you see, I went through the wig. So the wig and the thing meet right there, right? So to make sure it's a little tighter, I go right underneath where the frontal meets the wig. And I pierce underneath and through right there. Now, once you came in, you go in through the same entryway and you pull that through. Right? And then what I do is, for a third measure, I go in again, but a little lower. I put it through. See how this is right here? I put it through. Boom. And then it's going to create a knot. And that's how you've knotted it, just to secure it. So boom, that's the first stitch, right? Once you've made that first stitch, what you're going to do is lift up the two T-pins in the back. You're going to pull it a little more taut so it lays super flat, and T-pin it again. You see how much slack I have and how loose it was? We don't want this to be loose at all, because this is going to be bumpy on your wig if it's too loose. So this is a crucial step. You don't want this frontal to lay, or the closure, better yet, because we turned it from a frontal to a closure. We don't want this to lay bumpy at all. So now what you're going to do is, with the curved needle, through the frontal, through the wig, right there, and you're just going to pull it through. People have different ways of doing their wigs, but what I like to do is, just for extra security, once I get to the end, put it through. Oh my God, can you stop getting stuck on stuff? Because that's a little annoying. Let's move these T-pins because it keeps getting stuck. And then boom. So we're just going to continue that. Make sure the stitching is very close to each other. Because if you do the stitching far apart, it's going to create gaps in the stitching and it's going to ripple. And you don't want a ripply frontal in your hair, because what will happen is it'll start to look like this. I don't know if you guys can see the subtlety, but you see how that's rippling right there? If you make the spacing too far apart when you're sewing it, it's going to create these little ripples. And when you put it on your head, it's not going to lay completely bone flat. And that's what you want. You want your frontal to lay flat, because that's what's going to help give it that appearance of like your hair or scalp. So do not rush this step at all. This is the step out of all the steps that you take your time. If it takes you 3 hours to sew the frontal down, then baby, it's going to take you 3 hours to sew the frontal down, because this is not a step that you want to rush at all. So let's go ahead. I'm trying to get as close as possible. You know what? I think if I did it under, yeah, I'm going to do it under better. Under is better for me. Under and over. Come on, girl. Make your neck tight. Okay. This is the part when you're making a wig, you have your music blasting, you know, you're talking to somebody on the phone, you're having good conversation. It helps distract you, and then it won't feel so long. But like I said, you don't want to rush this step at all. So essentially, you're going to sew this all across. Once you sew this all across, then you're going to sew the sides, and then you're done. So while I'm sewing this, I want to answer some of your questions about wigs. So please start putting in the comments. Wig related questions, please. I'll answer some questions if it's not wig related, but honestly, I want to help out those who are interested in wigs or have questions or feel like they've always wondered about a wig. I'd rather this conversation be wig related, but you know, I don't mind answering a few questions here and there that are not wig related. Hold on. She does a lot of print work. She can afford it. She told me that some girls in 5,000 for wigs. Mary J and Beyonce. Yeah. Some girls, they pay like 5,000 for a wig. Okay, what made me start doing wigs? The reason why I started wearing wigs, to be honest, was because I kept on perming my hair to straighten it. Because people kept on telling me that I was ugly with my natural hair. Like, they kept on telling me, oh, your natural hair makes you look more masculine. It makes you look, you know, like you'll look more feminine. You'll look more passable. You'll look more girly if you straighten your hair. So I started straightening my hair and perming it at the age of 16 because I was tired of people telling me that I was ugly and that I looked like a man and all this like negative stuff. And I started, a lot of my homegirls, they were wearing weaves, they were wearing wigs, and I always knew how to sew because my mother taught me how to sew. So just watching my friends sew in their hair, I started off actually sewing in hair. I was doing where you do the braids in your own hair and then you sew it onto the cornrows. That's how I started hair. And then from there, I kind of was like, well, isn't it the same thing if you sew it on a cap and make your own wig? And I started doing research on how to make wigs. And I bought my first frontal from AliExpress because my hair started to fall out from doing perms every 6 months. My hair started to get thinner, thinner, thinner. It started to fall out. And I needed to find a solution because my hair was falling out. So I started to research wigs and how to make wigs, you know, like look good. Honestly, I was like, what are the wigs that celebrities use? I Googled that and then I came across like virgin hair, virgin Brazilian hair. And through doing research of virgin Brazilian hair, that's how I sort of got into it. And I, you know, found out how to make wigs and then I started practicing. My first set of wigs were like busted. It took me about like 6 months to like really learn how to make a wig like seamless from start to finish. And yeah, that's how I started getting into wigs. I needed an alternative because my hair was falling out because I was perming it too much. You see, once you get in the groove, it's a little easy. Make me a wig, please. I'll pay you. All right. Guys, if you really are interested in wigs, and you have hair that you would like to send me, and you would like to, you know, contract me to make a wig, I'll gladly make a wig for you. The only thing is I don't have any hair to sell you to make a wig. So you would have to purchase the hair and then, you know, have it shipped to my P.O. box once we agree on what you want, you know, because at first we'll have to have a consultation. You'll have to tell me exactly what you want. You know, like, because I can make it completely, fully customizable. I mean, like, I could cut, color, style. I can do it all, but we could discuss that in email. You know, discuss a price that you feel comfortable with. And I can give you recommendations as to where you can get hair, you know, and then we can take it from there. If you really are interested in a wig made by Meeshe, that's just, you know, I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking y'all for business. I'm just saying if you are strictly interested in me making you a wig, let me know. Also, I might just make another wig with the old hair and auction it off to somebody. No, somebody might feel some type of way. They're like, girl, I don't want your old hair. And I'm like, but I'm going to clean it and I'm going to fix it up and I'm going to make it look brand new. I'm not going to sell it. I was going to auction it. But, oh wait, auction means that you're selling it. I guess I was going to like raffle it to a winner. I don't know. Just an idea. See? See how like there's no gapping? There's no gapping. That's how close you want the stitches. You see? Look, the stubborn T-pin. No matter where I put the T-pin, it seems like the string is just catching onto it. And then once the string catches onto it, then it gets stuck like this. And then you like, mira, Dios mío, how do you get this out? How did you get stuck to begin with is what I'm asking. String. You know what? Let's go ahead and take all obstacles out of the way so that it doesn't get caught. All right. Any other wig questions? You like my pink wig? My little Chibi Moon wig? I call that wig Chibi Moon. Oh no, this live is already 39 minutes long. I wasn't even supposed to do this live this long. I was trying to keep it at a cute 30 minutes, but it takes a while. Guys, I'm showing you the truth. This takes a while to do, so do not get frustrated. My first wig, it took me about a week to make because I kept on taking breaks. Because it gets, you know, you get tired. Your hands get a little crampy. And you just like, oh, I'm over this. I just want to buy it already made. So you'll go through the 5 stages of grief when you're making a wig. You'll go through the 5 stages. That's why I name all my wigs, because it's such an emotional roller coaster. Like, you start off good and you're like, I'm going to kill this. I'm going to slay this wig. And by the end of it, you're like, I don't even want to put it on. I hate you. I hate you. I don't even want to put this wig on, let alone style it, wash it, condition it, none of that. You be over it at the end of it. I promise you. If you've made a wig before or you plan on making a wig, by the end of it, you're going to be over it. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it at the end. So just keep pushing through, you know, and you'll be Gucci. Huh? Wait, hold on. You should price according to your skills and ability. Well, I think I'm pretty able. I mean, I've made all my wigs that I've ever worn on my head. I've made all the wigs I've worn on my head. And I think that my wigs are pretty good. I mean, they're good for me. They look good on me. A frontal is the hair. Oh, I cut this frontal. Oh, I'll show you. A frontal is this. This is a frontal. A frontal meaning that it goes from one ear to the next ear, and it's the hair that covers the front. Hence, it's called frontal. A closure is normally this, but just a little square. A little square. So it doesn't go from ear to ear. It just goes from like eyeball to eyeball, like right there. Sometimes your comments disappear and I'm trying to see what y'all trying to say. This is probably going to be a boring live. I apologize. I'm trying to make it interesting, but it really is just repetitive. All of this is just repetitive. That's why I wasn't going to do a full video on how to make a wig because, I mean, there's so many videos on YouTube on how to make a wig. I just wanted to just, you know, have it as a little Q&A, show y'all the beginning works of what I'm doing because I'm working on this as a little project. So look out for that because I think it's time that we switch it up here on my channel. You know, I think that a lot of you guys are getting bored. And I could keep it real. I noticed that a lot of you guys are getting bored with my content. I noticed that there's a lot of people who they want specific content. Like a lot of people want the cooking. They're like, we don't care about anything else you have going in your life. We want to see you cook. And I'm like, all right, okay. Okay, I see you. So I think it's just time that we switch up the flow so that I don't get no negative Nancy's. I don't need any negativity in 2020. And when I first started YouTube, it was like my video diary. And so now I'm going to the sides. Now I'm going to sew the sides of the hair or the frontal. So I think we just need to revamp this channel, get people on board with, you know, the new direction, a more positive direction, no more sad stuff, you know, like, yeah, there's going to be sad stuff, but, you know, I just want to focus on positivity, good thoughts, manifesting, you know, my dreams come true, having a good time, laughing, smiling. You know, we don't always have to be so serious. When I make a joke about me getting a sugar daddy, it's a joke. Unless, you know, there's any sugar daddies watching, which I doubt there's any sugar daddies watching, because why would they want to learn how to make a wig? But I mean, I'll make you a little toupee, sugar daddy. If you want to feel hip and young, you better ice me out, and I'll make you a little toupee. I'll make you feel young. I'll even install it. I'll customize it for you, and I'll put a little toupee on your head, little man piece, and hook your shit up. So, that being said, I need y'all to stop being so serious, you know? Yes, this is a stocking cap. I'm trying to at least sew the frontal down for y'all to see, or the closure down for y'all to see, so that I can end this live so it won't be so long. But I'm not trying to rush these stitchings for nobody, because if I rush it and this closure doesn't lay flat, then I'm going to have to redo this whole thing over again, and I'm not trying to do that. Yes, these are T-pins to hold the wig down in place. These are T-pins. The reason why you use T-pins is because it helps it from slipping out. A regular pin would just slip out. A T-pin anchors it in more securely. If you don't know what a T-pin is, give me a minute. Let me finish sewing down this side, and I will show you what a T-pin is. So now that I've reached this side of the hair, or the frontal, I'm almost done, as you can tell. Almost done right here. This is the front of the wig. I'm going to do this. Now, you don't want to make a knot where the wig starts, the hairline. You don't want to make a knot there. So what you're going to do is you're going to sew completely till you get to the edge, right? This is a little trick. Sew completely. When you're on this elastic band right here, do not sew through the elastic band. Only sew through the fabric material right here. Don't sew through the elastic. Sew through the fabric when you get to the front, because it's going to make it less bulky and it's going to make it lay flatter, right? Once you do that, I'm getting close and close to the edge of this wig. You don't want to make the knot there. What you're going to do is slide that through. Create that little, oh no. Hold on. Created the knot prematurely. Okay, boom. Once you slide that there, you're going to slide the needle. Hold on. Let's bring this a little closer so y'all can see what I'm doing. Right? This is the edge of the wig right here. This is the edge. Right? This is the frontal. This is the edge. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this needle. I'm going to pierce it through the fabric, pierce it through the wig, and I'm going to slide the needle all the way past the frontal. See that? All the way past the beginning part. Slide that through. Pull that in. Right? Then when we're behind the hairline, then I'm going to push it through again. And this is where I'm going to create the knot. So I'm going to take it, loop the rest of this thread twice to do a double knot, and pull through. And boom. So that way, your frontal is going to lay flat and you're not going to have a bump from where you make a knot to tie it off. I hope that you guys were able to see that. I hope that you guys were able to see that clearly, because that is a little pro hack, a little tip from me to you on how to get your frontal or your closure to lay super, super flat. Now on this side, we're going to take this T-pin. We're going to pull this taut. Taut. Just pin that there. Then I'm just going to sew this side. I'm just going to sew this side of the wig. I didn't make a knot there. Michelle, make a knot in the wig thing before you pull it, so that you don't have to go through this. Come on. Really? See what just happened? Annoyed, but it's okay. We just snip that off, and now we're going to continue. I want y'all to know that once I get off this live, I'm going to be blasting music in my ear and finishing off this wig. It's probably going to take me all day to make this wig, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not okay, but it's going to be okay. Because I got this. I'm talented. You know? These are good skills to have. So, you know, when I make it big, I don't have to hire somebody to do my hair. I probably will hire somebody to make the wig for me. I'll probably be like, nah, don't want to do it. Can somebody else make the wig? But you get the point. If I, you know, if I need to do it on my own, I could do it on my own. And I don't need nobody to do it. Because I learned how to do it for myself. Well, honestly, I learned how to doing hair from being cheap. Because I was not trying to pay the salon money to do my hair. Hold on. I'm trying to read your comments, but y'all a little far from me, the phone. And the buttons are a little too, okay, what were y'all saying? Oh, I could use the finish. I could do the finish thing at the end. No, I'm going to go on Instagram. Instagram is going to cut me off after 50 minutes, which is cool. I'm pushing 53 minutes here on YouTube. And I'm probably I'm gonna get penalized by YouTube about this, because my long videos, like I did that Christmas special video, that New Year's Eve special video, which was like an hour and some change long, and that one barely got any views, and YouTube sent me an email about it. They were like, you know, it's better if you do it like this and like this. They give you your suggestions. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and flex. YouTube be trying to help me. They do try to help me get the numbers, but it's like, and they try to help put me out into the algorithm, but they just have a certain way of doing things. And the problem is, it will be okay if I was still doing what I was doing if it was producing the numbers. You see, with YouTube, they're looking at it like, if you got 6,000 subscribers, why is it that your videos only got like the most 4,000 views? I only got one video that had 4,000. No, I believe 5,000 views. And it was when I was crying. So the way YouTube looks at it is like, your numbers don't make sense. They're like, you have the engagement, but you don't have the numbers to back it up. And in order for me to possibly get sponsors The sponsors want to see logistics. They want to see numbers. They want to see that you have the engagement. So I have to basically work on getting my numbers up, getting my subscriber count up, and getting my likes and all that up. You know, it's a business. So now this is the finished result. I'm going to show y'all right now. Let's pull all this hair up into a bun so that I can show you. This is the front. Obviously, we're not going to sew down the front because we're going to cut the wig underneath it. But this is the closure that we made out of a frontal, completely sewn on to the wig. See that? Completely sewn on. She's laying flat. You see? No gaping, no nothing. She's laying flat. And now she is ready for me to go ahead and start sewing on the tracks. If you don't know what the tracks are, baby, we have so much to learn. But the tracks are basically like the strips of hair. I have a track in here somewhere. A track is this. Sorry, this was like thrown. This is what happened when you leave your hair out in the camper. Okay, this is a track. You know what? Let me brush this. This looks so bad. Got all this thing in it. Don't worry, this wig is going to come out fly. Y'all going to be like, ooh, that hair is so ratty. Like, how are you going to make a wig? Trust me, I'm going to make a wig. So this is a track. This is a weft. This is where the hair is sewn onto this little string right here. And this is a track. This is doubled up. I have it doubled, but single, it will be longer. And now basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to align it from here to here and just start constructing the wig. So starting from back here, boom, 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 until it gets to the top. And once it gets to the top, I'm going to close it off, connect it with the front, with the closure, and then that's it. If you would like to see an in-depth video on how to construct a wig from start to finish, there are videos here on YouTube. If you would like me personally to make a wig from start to finish, that will have to be in a future video because like I said, this video, I did it on purpose as a live so that people can ask me questions about wigs or anything that you might have had in your head as a curiosity. If I haven't gotten to answer your question because I either didn't see it or I got distracted, I want to just go ahead and round this out into like a good 63 minutes. So we can sit here for 5 minutes and we can talk about it. Okay, hold on. Autumn Moniette. Yeah, I love your lives, but in order to get more views and subs, you need to have scheduled or pre-recorded videos during the week and maybe save the lives for the weekends. Well, you make a good point, Autumn. This wasn't about hair, but I'll go ahead and just address that really quickly. I know that. I know that. But I never approached YouTube as a business. YouTube, I approached it as my video diary. As we grew together as a family, and once I got monetized, I was so excited about getting monetized. It was a victory for the House of Realness. As a collective, you guys got me there. And whenever you guys wanted a video, I gave y'all video. Y'all wanted daily vlogs. Everybody wanted to see me daily. And I gave y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted cooking shows. Y'all wanted makeup. Y'all wanted this. Y'all wanted that. I've given y'all a complete variety show here on my channel. It's now that I'm scaling back and I'm having to sort of quote unquote feed the beast of YouTube and give them what they want in order for me to be able to support myself and actually create some sort of a living off of this. So with that being said, I know that I have to record, I have to post less. I know that I have to go on a scheduled time. That's why I'm doing a re-release. Once I re-release my channel, it will be, you guys will know, okay, such and such, she's going to post these days at this time. I'm going to tune in and we'll see what she posts. Boom, 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 right? So enjoy it now. Enjoy it now because it's going to unfortunately have to change. What I was trying to do is to get Meesheexdiamond the amount of followers and watch time hours in order to get that video or that channel able to go live so that Meesheexdiamond could be my live and Totally Transparent could be everything else. But until Meesheexdiamond gets those numbers, I can't do that. So I can't make that transition because I know that a lot of people enjoy the lives and I wanted to create a whole complete separate channel that I can just go live on. That was supposed to be Meesheexdiamond. It was not. It hasn't gotten there. That still is the plan. So this is probably going to be the last video that you guys will get until the launch. I will be doing promos. I will be letting y'all know. I will be giving hints as to when the relaunch of Totally Transparent will be dropped. So do not worry. I'm working on a lot. A lot. That being said, this will probably be the last video you get from me. I wasn't going to do this video here. I was just going to go ahead and do it on Instagram. But I said, let me just go ahead and do it here. So there's that. I do put the link of my other YouTube channel, Meesheexdiamond. If you go back on my older videos, I put everything on my link tree. So Meesheexdiamond, that YouTube channel is there. There's 2 videos on there. I will be posting, to kind of bulk up that channel, I will be posting little vlogs, I guess. Little vlogs. But I'm going to be honest with you. Don't worry. There's a lot to come. Thank you, Battleborn Fox. All right, guys. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go on Instagram. So if you want to join me over there on Instagram, go ahead. I welcome you to join me on Instagram. And I'm going to finish off this wig. And I'll see you soon. Love you.